Okay, we are going to make a video for writing the equation of an ellipse. Writing the equation of an ellipse, and again, you will have the generic formula for that. And that generic formula will actually look something like this. I'm not going to write everything out because I'm just going to actually write the framework. For ellipses, we always wrote our x's first. Okay, and then we subtracted something in there, and then we squared that part, and they were over some number. We always had a plus in the middle, and then we had a second fraction where we had our y minus something squared all over another number, and that equals a 1. Okay, now those numbers that we need, okay, this is obviously just like our circles, it is the center of the ellipse, which we will count out. We'll figure that out in a second. Okay. Then we had two numbers underneath there. We had an A and a B. I'll go red for that one. So we had to figure out which one went. Now remember, for ellipses, the A was always the bigger number, and it always went under whichever, let's count it and I'll explain it. Sorry. First things first, let's find that center. So I'm going to flip over to blue again. And literally, you're going to kind of eyeball it, and then you do kind of want to, once you try to pick a center, then you do try to, and technically it's called our vertex, but when you try to pick one, okay, you do want to double check and count on either side. So if I'm picking this point right here, I am actually going to check and count to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, count to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. And by counting, I mean I'm going from that point that I just picked to the edge of the ellipse. And then I'm going to count up and down. I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. So that is actually my center. I've counted it out properly. Again, you kind of eyeball it to start with, and then you just count to double check. That center is the point -3, -1. And I keep saying center. It's technically the vertex. I apologize. I just finished that circle problem, so that's what I'm thinking. So all I have to do then is actually write those in. Okay, so -3, -1. And then I need to count from there again. And what you're going to do, okay, what you're going to do, and it's actually pretty easy when we're doing this one, you're really just going to count from your center. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a 4. And you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's a 6. Now, obviously, our ellipse is taller than it is wide, so that means our 6 is going underneath our y squared. Okay, we count it up, and it helps too that you count it up and down, and y goes up and down, and x goes right and left. But it's the bigger number goes underneath the y when it is vertical. The bigger number goes underneath the x when it is horizontal. So if the ellipse is stretched tall, then that bigger number is going to go underneath the y. If the ellipse is stretched wide, then that bigger number is going to go underneath the x. And of course, the number that goes underneath the x is the 4. And then the only thing that you have left to do is just to kind of clean it up, make it a little look a little bit nicer. Minus a negative is adding a positive, so this is going to be x plus 3 quantity squared. Oh my gosh, guess what I forgot? Very important. You won't forget this. You won't do this. I promise you won't do this because you actually have this. You will actually have this formula. These two numbers are squared here. Sorry about that. So 4 squared then is 16 plus y plus 1 quantity squared over 36 equals a 1. Okay, and so that is, yeah, I keep moving that. That's driving me nuts. Okay, this right here is your answer. Okay, and again, honestly, I probably already have videos for this under the Conics section playlist that are probably better at this point in the year, guys. Let's be honest here, okay? But I hope this one helps you. It is directly off of that one specific worksheet that you were dealing with, and you guys did ask for it, so there you go. Don't say I never did nothing for you. Oops.